Okay, hello, good morning everyone. Okay, welcome to our third quarter of school year 2020-2021. So this quarter we're going to have our new exploratory course in TLE 7, which is this bread and pastry production. So this bread and pastry production, it is also known as baking and pastry production. So mag-bake-bake ni, but since exploratory course pa man ta, ours is we will deal with mga tools, equipments, mga utensils, mga techniques in baking. So mga simple topics will be discussed along this whole third quarter. So, okay, for our module 1, we have our lesson 1, baking tools and equipment. So, its classification and uses. Okay, the first one here is baking pans and cutting tools. So, it is really necessary, important to know the different baking pans, mga tools in baking. Okay. So, that it is easier for you what particular tools is used in a certain recipe in a mga baked product. So baking pans is used to hold runny batter such as cake batter. So there are plenty of baking pans. I think these are 11 in all in your module. So I used to just screenshot your module for me to easier to discuss. Okay, para pod makasunod mo sa inyong module. So the first one is the baking sheet. So unsa man yung baking sheet? This is also known as sheet pan. So this baking sheet is used in baking cookies. It is also used in baking mga biscuits, pandesal. So in the picture, it is an example of baking cookies, the chocolate cookies. Next one is the bundt pan. So what is bundt pan? It is used in baking elegant cakes. It is similar in tube pan, and I say tube in the center. Okay, in the example picture, in a shy decorative curvature, so na hollow tube center in this bundt pan. So next one, we have the cake pans. So cake pans, we have different cake pans like mga rectangular pans, square pans, circles pan. Okay, na po yung mga heart shaped. Okay, comes in different sizes and shapes. So we also have custard cup. So maning custard cup used to bake custard. So just like this picture, so this is mga custard cake, like a glass or a porcelain. So you can remove the custard in a cup and serve it directly. So there is a specific cup used in baking mga custard cake. Next is we have griddle or griddle pans. It is a flat pan with long handle, just like this picture. So that is an example of griddle pans. So to plate over stove top to cook food. Next, okay, in your module number 6, we have this jelly roll pan. So what's jelly roll pan? Accordingly, it is similar to baking sheet. So usually 1 inch deep, used in baking cake rolls. So what are examples of cake rolls? So the left and the right side, so this is cake roll. So ang jelly roll pan is gamiton inig mag-bake og mga Swiss roll, cake rolls, and the like. Next is we have loaf pan. Okay, loaf pan, it is a rectangular shape used in mag-bake og sliced bread, mga loaf bread. Next is macaron molder. Okay, what is macaron molders? used in baking coconut macaron. So in this picture, so this is a macaron molder. Okay, sa wala pa nakakita og macarons, this is an example of a macaron. Next is this muffin pan. So, muffin pan, it is typically 6 to 12 individual round packets, okay, used in baking muffins or cupcakes, just like this one. So, mo ni ang gamiton, nag-bake og mga muffins. In the muffin pan, we also have pop-over pan, used to hold pop-over batters and mag-bake og mga pop-over cakes, just like this one. Pop-over. Next is tube center pan, used in baking mga chiffon cake, sponge cake, angel cake. Okay, tube center pan, it is also because it has a tube in the center. Okay, again, those are 11 baking pans, so you can review it in your module. So next we have cutting tools. Of course, it is used for cutting, peeling, or chopping ingredients. Okay, the first one is a biscuit and donut cutter. So it is typically made of stainless or plastic. So in this picture, at the right side, okay, this is donut cutter. Prepare of donut. Okay. Okay, we also have chopping boards or tadtaran. We have different kinds of chopping board used in the kitchen. Okay, color red chopping board used for chopping mga red meat, green color chopping board used for chopping vegetables para dili magka cross contamination ang mga ingredients. Next, we have kitchen shears or gunting to cut foods or mga wrapper sa ingredients. Next is we have this cutting tools, paring knife. Okay. Paring knife, this is a small type, typically 3 to 5 inches in length. So dili lang kayo taas, just like in the picture, peel of apple. Next, we have pastry blender. So pastry blender is used to cut butter or solid fat to easily blend in flour. So just like in the left side in the picture, so this is a pastry blender. So used to blend easily the flour and the butter or mga margarine, mga fats. We also have here the pastry wheel. Pastry wheel, it is a single wheel or wooden or metal. So para sa maning pastry wheel, mga dakilang third wheel. Okay, just like this picture, so this is a pastry wheel. So in this picture, na siya design niya, curve, but there is also plain lang pastry wheel, pangkat siya. Okay, next in your activity here, so in your first activity, you have to identify the tools in the pictures. You are going to write the name. Okay, what's the name of the tool and its uses. So ano lang sa table, sa box. That's 1 to 10. Next is, so in valuing, so you have to write your answer here in the space provided. So selecting the proper baking pan and using the correct cutting tool is essential for achieving the right consistencies. What could possibly happen if we don't select the proper baking pan? So unsa kay posible nga mahitabo if we are not selecting the proper baking pan? Okay, for example, you are going to bake macaron, then you are not using the macaron molder. So what could be happen possibly? Next is your post test for lesson 1. You're just going to match the the description on column A and column B. So write the letters before the number. So this is 1 to 10.